Hello, Rama Pupud. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Let's continue with the next chapter. Again, in front of his lips, I placed my hand, and then I placed a mug. Its shining surface remains unmarred by any dullness or moisture. It seems impossible to believe that in this quiet, conventional house near a quiet, conventional city, I have established contact with something significant, something that Western science may one day be forced to recognize against its will. But the evidence is there and it is indubitable. Yoga is really more than a worthless myth. When Brahma ultimately emerges from his trance like condition, he seems a little tired. Are you satisfied? He asks with a fatigued smile. I am more than satisfied, but I am at a loss to understand in what way you can do it. It is forbidden to me to explain. The restraint of breath is a practice which is part of advanced yoga. To a white man, it may seem a foolish thing to strive for, yet to us, it is of much importance. But we have always been taught that man cannot live without breathing. Surely that is not a foolish idea. It is not foolish. Nevertheless, it is not true. I can hold my breath for 2 hours if I wish. Many times I have done that, but I am not yet dead. You see, Brahma smiles. I am puzzled. If you are not permitted to explain, perhaps you can throw a little light upon the theory behind your practices. Very well, there is a lesson we can draw from watching certain animals, which is a favorite method of instruction with my master. An elephant breathes much more slowly than a monkey, yet it lives much longer. Some of the large serpents breathe far more slowly than a dog, yet they live far longer. Thus, creatures exist which show that slowness of breathing may possibly prolong age. If you can follow me so far, the next step will be easier for you to grasp. Now, in the Himalayas, there are bats which go into winter sleep. They hang suspended in the mountain caverns for weeks, yet they do not draw a single breath until they again awaken. The Himalayan bears, too, will sometimes sink into trance throughout the winter, their bodies apparently without life. In deep burrows of the Himalayas, when food cannot be found during the winter, there are hedgehogs which pass into sleep for some months, a sleep in which breathing is suspended. If these animals cease to breathe for a time and yet live, why should not human beings be able to do the same? His statement of curious facts is interesting, but it is not so convincing as his demonstration. The common notion that breathing is an essential function in every condition of life is not to be thrown aside at a few minutes' notice. We Westerners will always find it difficult to understand how life can continue in a body unless breathing continues also. Life always continues, he answers cryptically. Death is but a habit of the body. But surely you cannot mean that it may be possible to conquer death, I inquire incredulously. Brahma looks at me in a strange manner. Why not? There is a tense pause. His eyes search me, but they do it in a kindly way. Because there are possibilities in you. I shall tell you one of our old secrets, but I must first demand your agreement to one condition, and that you shall not attempt to practice any breathing exercise as an experiment except those which I may teach you later. I agree. Keep your word then. Now you have hitherto believed that the complete stoppage of breathing brings death. Yes. Okay, let's continue the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Pupodu.